right, all right, all right. Guys, it is time for the in-house Taste the Bacon, aka Pig's Pan Archon mode tournament. This is not a finals. I don't even know what match this is, but apparently this was just a really fun map. So we're just highlighting one map out of the whole tournament. Apparently it was a fun one, so we decided, why not? Let's give it a cast. Up here in the top left-hand side, in the Terran, in the pink, it's Hail and Booyah. So I believe Hail is Paulie. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the blue, it's John Bomb and Dr. Ryan. So, of course, for those who don't know, Archon mode means you can have two players controlling the one side. So I can actually, like, go to one player's camera and see exactly what they're doing, right? So I can see what Hailstorm's doing, or I can see where Booyah's camera is. Likewise, I can see where John Bomb is. He's about to build the natural. Meanwhile, Dr. Ryan looking at the same thing. They're probably fighting over the same actions this early on in the game. Basically, you've got two players controlling each side, usually going to try and divvy up the actions. Best done when you're on voice chat. Playing Archon mode when you're not on voice chat, I think, is one of the most unpleasant experiences, because I am super, like, I want to work together. If I'm going to work with someone else, I want us to be on the same page. I want us to be communicating fast. You know, someone's kind of the shot caller. The other one's like, do this, do that. We want to be flexible, because shit gets really, really weird and exciting very, very quickly. So we'll see exactly what goes on here. That SCV is going to come on in. We got a Reaper on the way for Hailstorm and Booyah. That SCV is just going to go for a little bit of a scouty scout. Check there's no cheese incoming. Sees a hatch gas pool and says, yeah, okay, all normal. Might go and block that third base. Taking a look at chat, seeing if I missed anything. It's not supposed to be MC carrying Huck. Dude, we almost beat them. Me and Puck played against them. We were one map off beating them in the qualifiers. The problem was, I literally was doing nothing. It was literally Puck 1v2ing them. And they barely beat us 3-2 in the qualifiers for that Red Bull Archon mode tournament. Puck was like, he's like, I can't play with someone I don't trust. He's like, I trust you, Pig. We practice all the time. Let's play together. And I was like, you sure, man? I'm really bad at controlling Protoss units. I like never play Protoss at the time in Heart of the Swarm. And he was like, it's fine. Just take the Oracle. You can't screw it up that bad. My first Oracle goes in, kills like one worker, and I lose the Oracle. Puck's like, you're not allowed to control any more Oracles. This was our practice game. From then on, he'd give me, like, at most one unit. He'd be like, you can micro this prism with some zealots in it, and that's it. And I'll be like, okay. And if that dies, or if he doesn't have a prism, he's like, nope, you don't get fucking anything. I'll just 1v2 them. And he's like, fucking him up, man. It was really cool. Puck's awesome. Puck's a micro god. So yeah, like, you can imagine, obviously I'm not going to macro better than him, since I didn't know any Protoss builds at the time. Nice block there. Did buy a bit of time. And he would also just basically... Yeah. So I know he was so disgusted by my micro that he wouldn't let me micro either. So I literally showed up just to see if Puck could 1v2 all the kind of top players who were playing actual Archon mode organized teams. And he did pretty good. We almost made it to the big tournament. Didn't quite get there. We almost did. I say we, I really should say he. Was just Puck. Viking on the way, tanks and marines. Third hatchery is coming down. We've got more queens on the way. It is how many queens? 4 queens, lots of drones, zerglings, overlords. A couple zerglings have a little bit of a poke there. Marines and tanks already out. So, I mean, this isn't a weird opening, right? For Booyah and Hailstorm. And that's like, it's very safe. You've got marines, you've got tanks. It's like, but what pressure can you do off this? Like, you can send like an 8 marine drop out. But like the next Reaper goes down, the next few moments are kind of going to be like, wait, are we just building a third command center? So third gas goes down. So I'm really wondering what's going to happen right now. We start, it's going to be swapping a mech. They're going to play mech. It does need a third command center to start very soon though. So we've got a Viking that's going to go poke around. It hasn't really found even a single overlord just yet. Meanwhile, double Evo chamber going down very fast for the Zerg players. Double Evo, really good against Bio this fast, but against Mech, it can get a little troublesome as the Hellion Banshee count comes up. Armory on the way, Hellions and Banshees. Still no third command center on the way. Is going to slow down that economic buildup of Hailstorm and Booyah. But you know what? Spore Crawler's coming down right on time here. And I don't think there's going to be any real chance for damage. What do we got? 5 queens out, a 6th queen on the way, spores, lings, Baneling Nest is finished. 1 upgrade start. Looks like a real smooth beginning here. And all these Marines and tanks. You know what? You can actually do a really cool like 7-minute Hellbat Banshee Marine tank timing with this. So what you would want to do is you would want to push either down this path or up this path and like siege a tank there and there. Basically you want to push in towards that third, or you could even do it here, push towards the natural. And the Hellions and Hellbats kind of wreck Zerglings pretty hard. And you've got tanks which wreck Banelings. You've got this like awkward set of units. The Banshees, obviously Queens are needed. There's a cool attack you could make off this. Of course, it wouldn't have a lot of flexibility. It's kind of like there's no pressure in this opening phase. And then you're going to explode into that. They cancel Carapace and they go for the ranged upgrade. They realize it's mech now. And a quick response there from Dr. Ryan and John Bon. You're gonna see, yeah. Oh yeah, Marines, Hellions, loading the tanks up in the medevac to hide that. The wall off is there, but there's no... Okay, third command center is actually most of the way done. Second and third factory are on the way. This is gonna be a scary push. Roachroarin is not quite ready. If they can get Ravages out, that would ruin this. But they're not gonna be ready. They should at least be able to cancel the 4th. They'd like to get more. The creep on the left has not been as consistent through this middle, so I think they're picking the correct path to go. We've got another Banshee. So it's gonna be 2 Banshees, 2 tanks, 9 Marines, and about 6 Hellbats. The Hellbats a bit far ahead of the rest, though. This is a bit of a disjointed push here. Those tanks need to siege right now. The Hellbats, oh, they've got to save those tanks. Yep, Lings are unable to get on top of those tanks. Get some shots off. Nicely done. I'd love to see some cloak going down on those Banshees. And this is going to be really hard to dislodge. Oh, the tanks are moving forward. It's a little bit risky right now. Siege. Yep, okay. If they can get rid of the 3rd, that would be amazing. After you get the 3rd, you just want to pull back, take out that 4th, or get home with any units that are left over. The Banshees coming in here. Going to try and pick off some Banelings. Get 2 Banelings, and they are going to have to pull back. Those Queens and the Overseer, of course, doing good. That 3rd base goes down. John Bomb and Dr. Ryan are in a big spot of bother, guys. We've got Thors on the way behind this and Hellions to deal with any Muta swap. This army not getting dislodged anytime soon. Ravages are on the way. Roach speed has not begun just yet. They're going to keep moving forward. I think this is an overextension at this point. I don't think you're going to get much more damage done. Let's see. Maybe they can force a fight before the Zerg players are ready. The Hellbats and Marines do some damage, but a big Baneling hit in the center and another big Baneling hit to finish that off. And we see all these units. Most of them do go down. The medevac saves a few Marines. And that Banshee, a couple Banshees still alive on the map. So that's very useful. You want these tools, those Banshees, to roam around. It's a shame they don't know about this left base. Because most of the drones survived, and you can see a lot of them transferring over to that left-hand side now. They're going to instantly saturate that. We'll see hatcheries go down. Didn't see a 3rd base rebuild in that. I think if they built a 3rd there while holding on, they'd still be on 4 base, 60 drones versus 48 SCVs, and they'd be in a better position. But right now, it is 3 disjointed bases with a 4th base just going down up against a freshly landed 3rd for the Terran. Uh-oh. Oh, Hellions turned to shoot a bit too early there. That was a bit better. That volley was nice. Does take down a lot of those. And yeah, I don't think you want to attack here, Zerg player. What do we got? We've got a couple Banshees. I don't know where those Banshees are. Where are they? They're sitting there. There's Thors, though. Thors should be fine. So I think as long as they move out, and maybe even start just going straight into tanks could be a good way of playing it. Looks like they want to play Battle Mech. If you've got 2 players, it's a great style. You can just have one player constantly make sure your Hellion Cyclone just picks away at your opponent, never gets flanked, never gets surrounded. And the other player can just kind of macro up into the next step. 4th CC's on the way. Good economic position, but a Nidus Worm on the way. What's inside that? It looks like the whole army. So just a whole bunch of Roach Ravager Baneling, 12 Roaches, 3 Ravages, 8 Banelings, and 30 Zerglings. Hellions coming forward, and let's go to Hailstorm's camera. Nidus, he goes, ah, what the fudge? And they haven't moved their units over to defend this 3rd. A lot of those SCVs are very vulnerable. Oh, we need to see a quick evac on those SCVs. The Baneling's coming out, and there's actually a Nidus trying to go down in the main while this attack goes on. A good SCV pullback there. Hellion Thor is going to mince this army. Yeah, and there's just not a lot of meat in there. Remember, they've forgotten Roach Speed this entire time. Blue Flame's now out, which does add bonus damage, but Nidus Worm. Oh no, the Nidus got shot down by the Banshees. A great split by Hailstorm and Booyah. The next one goes down as well. Yeah, you don't need SCVs for that. Banshee is one of the highest damage units in the game. and the Cyclone is going to push that Overseer out. They haven't cleared up that Nidus Worm yet, so I do want to see them kind of get reorganized. They're going across the map with their Hellions. Behind this, 1-2 upgrades on the way. Hive. There's only a few Roaches and Ravagers out right now for defense, so these Zergs are being greedy Zerg players. They're not building more Roaches right now. They queue up 5 more drones. Where the frack are the Roaches? There we go. They've still forgotten Roach speed. Oh my god. They don't realize. They're like, Roaches are a really chunky, slow unit. This is... Roach speed's so important when you're playing this style. It looks like they want to swap into Hydra Bane, but they're not there yet. They're just starting Grooved Spines, the first Hydra upgrade. You really need both Hydra upgrades before they're any good versus mech. We've got 2-1 on the way, though, so that's going to be nice. And Mag Field +2 attack is on the way here for Bullier and Hailstorm. Armor's actually a lot more important for Cyclones and generally Hellions as well. However, I wouldn't mind seeing ship weapons if you're going to keep massing Banshees or even prepare for a battlecruiser swap. We see Thors constantly lifted. There's one tank in here, but there hasn't really been a proper tank transition. And whilst we do have 3 Tech Lab factories, I kind of feel like just the amount of siege tanks and oomph to this army is a little bit lacking right now. That being said, Zerg doesn't have a big army either. As we talked about, no Roach speed. This might just be the perfect window to attack in here. Even though the Terran army is very fragile, I just think he's got to stay mobile. Just pick away. I think there's no reason to be sieging up tanks or engaging with Thors here. I think you should just be going in and out with the Hellion Cyclone. Pick off what you can. Mag Field will be done soon. There's 7 Cyclones out, which is probably all you need for the entire game. Right now, they're way too deep on creep, though. That's a... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is a crazy move. You got to run. They got to run to the left or they're going to lose the whole army. It's a great move, but they've got to extract the army. They leave some Hellions in the mineral line, take out a good number of drones, and most of the Cyclones do get out. That tank on the high ground. Ooh, big shots there. A few more creep tumors going down as well. The Hellions and Cyclones coming back in from the left. Nice blinding cloud on those Thors. The tank in the back as well as those Thors will go down. The Hellion Cyclone, it can pick away at the opponents all day, but it can't directly engage. And I think, oh no, rallying drones actually just alerted them to this base. Look at that. Magfield's lock onto the hatch. He actually screwed it up and only locked 2 onto the hatch. Ideally, he would have locked 3 or 4 onto the hatch. He needs to get it, gets it, gets out. Hellbats kill a few workers as well, taking it up to 21 workers killed. Now, at this point, I feel like we need Hailstorm and Bullier to just keep sending those Hellion backstabs in while swapping into mass tank Viking Thor behind it. The problem right now is whilst there is a mass tank production swap on the way, there's Vipers out and there's no anti-air except the Cyclones. You need Thors or Vikings to really punish those Vipers each engagement that happens. Otherwise, they'll often be able to recycle. Cyclones don't usually get a chance to lock on and finish those Vipers off unless your opponent's a bit sloppy. The lack of Roach speed really hurting here. I feel like this could be a brutal attack. It could get on the SCVs so quickly. The Cyclones are kind of holding their ground. 2 of them do get picked off. Hailstorm and Bullier standing way too close to the action, and Abduct comes in. And that tank there will be the anchor for this. It looks like, I mean, you can't let that base go down. Hailstorm and Bullier very sloppy with this hold so far. They kept losing Cyclones unnecessarily. And it looks like, oh my god, that command set, I can't believe it's going to go down. I thought they were in a great position, but they're focusing on doing the backstab at the same time. And it looks like they're going to trade their 3rd for the opponent's 2nd, 4th base. Banshee's going to trail in. At the moment, though, Hailstorm and Bullier have nothing except 1 tank on the high ground. They need to stabilize right now. Thankfully, this base on the right is a planetary. They keep a lot of the SCVs alive, but they do not have a lot of bonus command centers right now. There's still 70 workers up for the Zerg. The Zerg's big problem is a lack of hatcheries. If this Zerg team can actually just plop a few hatcheries down in the midst of the action, I feel like they're going to be way ahead on economy in the long term because the Terran SCV count and command center count is just not that high. The lack of roach speed is fucking hurting my eyes, guys. How have they not realized? Look at this. How have they not realized? Either player should have realized, both the macro or the micro player. One of them should have noticed by this point, right? I'm sure they're both doing a little bit of each. But it's insane to watch how slow and awkward these Roaches are. Hydras do have muscular augments, so they're actually faster than the Roaches at this point. Roach Hydra comes in. That planetary does not have building armor. It's doing some big damage. Those units very clumped up. But, I mean, where's the support? Even a single tank behind this would have made such a big difference. But look at that, focusing down the SCVs. I think that's the game winner. Even though there's Hellions on the other side of the map, the planetary falls. His tank count is just a little bit too late. They're still building Cyclones right now, but I haven't really seen that super godlike Cyclone usage that I would really want. Hellbats are going to get another hatch, though. Oh, the Vipers were taking energy off the hatch, which is why it was so damaged. Another hatch. I was talking about hatcheries being the problem. You can have all the drones in the world. It's not going to help you if you don't have the hatcheries to go with it. This tank's getting taken down by a few spread out roaches and hydras. There aren't a lot of command centers right now. A new 3rd and 4th command center being built. Those Hellbats being cleaned up by the roaches. We've got a new 3rd and a new 4th about to pop up. Booyah and Hailstorm. I mean, the Cyclones can be efficient. This is tough. The Banshee Cloaks. Raise the door, raise the door. The Cyclones back. Once again, the Cyclones. Just, I feel like there's such a fancy unit and they are not getting their worth. The tanks, though, siege up, smash that army down. And the thing is, right now, John Bomb, Dr. Ryan, they're gonna run away with this game so quickly. I mean, losing a lot of units here sucks, but they've got Vipers out. They've got Summer Roach Hydra out. They've got 66 drones. If they can just put those drones back on these new bases, they will explode, but only now are those drones starting to transfer. They're losing a ton of units to these Banshees. And I feel like the Terran players need to come in with harassment big time. They need to find these open mineral lines with Hellions and do some damage right now. Parasitic Bomb goes down. The Banshee's going to split up a bit, and Abduct has to be used as well. One Blue Flame Hellion there. I feel like, yeah, as the Terran side, I mean, maybe, I don't think you can push through this. Because the Viper count's too good against the siege tanks. The tanks aren't going to be able to siege up properly, but... Oh, Blue Flame's going to get clumped up. Hellions, Hydras there. Nice little skirmish here. The Terran's very happy to trade a few Hellions for that many Hydras. They do need more than that, though. Right now, trying to secure a 3rd over there. They've gone double orbital. Neither of those bases is entrenched. Blinding Clouds and Parasitic Bombs going down, but the Roach Hydra's not there yet. Are the tanks outside of siege mode going to be able to fight this? They might be able to just smash through. There's not a lot of Roach Hydra there, guys. It is 2-2 siege tanks outside of siege mode, and they will win that fight. Quite a few tanks go down. I like the pullbacks on that red hit point tank. Nicely done there. But the Viper's going to live to fight another day. They are the important, valuable unit. Remember those 2 bases we were talking about, guys? They are droning right now. We need Hellion backstabs because I don't think we're going to be able to break through the front. I'm there thinking about it, but no, you can't. You can't clump up. You can't clump up. There's going to be a Blinding Cloud in a second. It's not ready just yet, though. All the Roach Hydra goes in. Oh, they didn't realize they didn't have Blinding Cloud energy. They pulled the trigger too early. Throw away all the Roach Hydra. And now the tanks have time to split up. They're in range. Oh, the drones lining up. The Hellions do smash a few of those. And that's insane. This game, how are the Terran players still in this? I do not know, but they keep just getting these fights. Just the Zergs being a bit too sloppy with the Roach Hydra and still not having Roach speed, of course, very much hurting them. But look at that 3rd and 4th base back up for the Terran now. Not being hurt right now either. Hellbat's going to clear up this Nidus. There's another Nidus up there. I'd love to see the Terran pull back and get some more anti-air right now. To deal with those Vipers. Thor's Vikings on the way. I want to see Hellions darting into these mineral lines as well. Just, you know, pull back, get some harassment going. Don't get me wrong, it's a cute spread, but I think just a bunch of tanks on their own like that, this is just abduct fodder. I mean, the Zergs can just come in, abduct these tanks. You're not really achieving anything. I think containing is one of these things we're always tempted to do as players, and it's very rarely effective against a calculating opponent. The calculating opponent pulls back, binds their time, and then shuts down your army that hasn't been reinforced for so long. When you're that far on the map, you are not reinforcing it, and that's the big problem. Oh my god! Big lineups of drones. So many drones go down. And yeah, a bunch of rough riding Hellions go in there, get some mad damage done. But look at that Nidus Roach Hydra on the right-hand side. A Viking trying to pick off these Vipers. The command center, the Hellions are like trying to distract, but look at this, the tanks aren't here. All the Hellions just got abducted? Did we just see Hellions get abducted into Roach Hydra? These Zergs think this game's in the bag, man. That's the cockiest move I've seen in a while. I only do that when I've won a game. That's insane. They do get the command center. But, oh man, I don't know who's actually winning right now. Army supplies definitely in favor of the Zerg. It's mostly Hydras, which are on the other side of the map. They're going to try and pop back out of this Nidus. These tanks are spreading out here. They've got to... Oh, but look at that. Yeah, now they've gone too deep. Tanks on their own. Like I said, guys, you can't just go in with a handful of tanks on their own. Very bad trade there, and the Vipers can abduct those last two very easily. There's even a flank of Roach Hydra catching another tank from behind, and the Terrans losing all their expensive units out on the map. Oh, if they joined up with the Hellions and Thors, it would have been great. Because remember what I was talking about, guys. You pre-spread those units in that sort of engage with Hellions buffering, Hellbats buffering. You've got Thors sniping the Vipers as they come in to abduct. Even though you get hit by some abducts and Blinding Cloud, it's very hard for the Zerg to dislodge that cost efficiently. And I mean, right now, this mineral line is everything for this Zerg team. They've got a big army advantage, which is what they're working off. Once again, a big hatchery shortage. They also don't have a big drone count. Those Hellions get caught, but a quick reaction from the Terrans. You do not want to take that fight. No, that's too many Hydras. If you had like 20 Hellions there, sure, dive in, throw a volley, and then get out, and you'll probably kill 12 Hydras in one shot, but Drilling Claws! Oh, that actually could be huge. For those, Drilling Claws is one of those upgrades people tend to panic and freak out against a lot. There's nothing on the right-hand side. Hellions are gonna go for it. Broom, just a couple roachies. Hellions, oh, they respect it. I wish they dived past, dude. I wish they dived past. They see the army here. Broom. They get on their walkie-talkies. They're like a bunch of dickheads heading to your third. Lift and run. You are not in position. Lift and run. Cannot lose that command center right now. Got to keep that up. Terran has the economic advantage right now. Just needs to hang on. Oh god, Widowmine, Thors, and tanks. I don't think you want to run into that. There's too many Widowmines. These blinding clouds are about to wear off. Those two tanks in the back doing big damage. Big Widowmine shot. And a couple of big tank volleys. Some tanks did get sniped, so good focus fire there. Oh, gets the command center. No, the mass repair is good. Didn't keep the focus fire on it. The Hellions, Thors, punishing some of these Hydras for that. A great hold. You've got to move these tanks forward, though. As a mech player, it's so hard. If your tanks are just out of range of the fight, these tanks need to get forward. Are they going to do it? They are. There we go. The tanks will hang on. Hydras being cheeky little bastards, but those Hydras are going to have to get out of there now. And that's a good hold. The Terran players, are they still ahead in economy? I think so. Remember, I keep mentioning how if these Zergs were just throwing down extra hatcheries in the midst of the action, they'd be able to use their work account so much more effectively. They'd be able to rebound economically. But I feel like right now, we've got a Zerg who's kind of clumping down and saying, just keep building Hydras, keep building Hydras, and I need to crush the next fight. If I don't crush the next fight, I'm done. And oh my god, the Hellion backstab comes in. Blue Flame, just roasty, toasty. This is still a scary Zerg army of Hydras, guys. But look at that, just so much economy going down there. Bringing it up to, 59 workers killed at this point. There's a Banshee still alive roaming the map, and we did see a scan saying, wait, you don't even have that base rebuilt? The Banshees are like checking the corners right now. You can see they're queued up to kind of search all over the place. These Widow Mines just create these little problems as well. Suddenly it's like, hey, you gotta build Overseers as well now. A couple of Hellions going down. We've got this one big push. As I said, it's a one base Zerg. You've got to break him right here, right now. Tanks are a little clumped. One blinding cloud could be devastating there. And no map vision. No map vision. That base on the north is isolated. But I think the Zergs look like they want to go all in here. I don't know if it's the right call. A good blinding cloud couple goes down. A flank from behind at the same time. But the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines might just be what was enough to save the day. A beautiful pincer from the Zerg. But the Widow Mine trap lays waste to their army. And I want to watch that last fight one more time. That was really cool. So they actually set that up nicely. They said, look, we're going all in. Roach Hydra Viper on the right, Roach Hydra on the left. Let's just crab claw this shit. And oof. There's also a backup tank from the high ground. I don't think it got any shots off. But yeah, those Widow Mines getting up there just in time, man. And big tank volleys. Those two tanks were not covered by the blinding cloud. Bam, baby! Big Widow Mine shots and big tank volleys. Hellbat's buffering. GG. Well played. That was a cool game, man. I love watching these Archon mode matches. You've got like imperfect players, but they're two of them controlling it, and you know, there's just madness that happens. That was awesome. GG, well played. Thank you very much for sending that replay in, guys. And don't forget, if you guys want to get involved in the community, !Discord. Go to my Twitch chat. Type that anytime. So just go to the, on browsers, easiest on a computer. Basically just go to twitch.tv/x5_pig. Type !Discord in my chat. There's a link to my Discord there, and you can see the managers all have a manager tag that run the clan. I'm more of a mascot. I do get a lot of messages saying, hey, can I join your clan? And I always just direct them to the Discord to ask the actual people who run all the tournaments, organize the rosters for different team leagues, get people playing fun little in-house practice matches and all that sort of stuff. So get into the Discord, sign on up, join the community. There's constantly people cycling in and out. We don't have a very easy requirements though. Remember, those of you who are old timers on the stream, you know all about the requirements for Taste the Bacon. It is rule number 1 of Taste the Bacon. You must enjoy StarCraft. And rule number 2 is you must not be a dick. you could be an asshole. Not a dick though. So yeah, it's pretty hard to get into the clan, to be honest. So yeah, get on into it. And thanks for hanging out, guys. Thank you so much. We've got a couple of new Patreons. Big thank you to you guys. You know who you are. If you guys want to support, there is a Patreon link down below in the YouTube description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Goodbye and good night.